We're not doing tacos on this Taco Tuesday, but we are staying with the Mexican theme. One of the dishes I ate when I was in Mexico that I absolutely love, we went to a fish market and we had a dish called Aguachille. I'm gonna make that for you now. I'm gonna make my version of Aguachille. It's sort of like a ceviche. Ceviche is based around citrus and lots of citrus. This is more so based around oil. So we're gonna make a flavored oil. So I'm gonna use my chili spice and my prawns to flavor my oil. So the first thing I wanna do is peel my prawns. So just grab hold of the body, pinch the head and twist. And you'll take the head off. Then just peel the shell off the prawn body. I'll take the legs off first. And then you'll be able to get underneath those legs and peel the rest of the prawn. Now you can get prawn peelers. And if you've ever been to a sort of food and wine show, they've always got prawn peelers there, which work pretty well. Take the tail off. So you want every bit of shell that you can get to be in this little mound here. Same thing again, hold the body, twist the head. So much of the flavour of crustacean, of prawns, is in the shell. In fact, I'd say 90% of the flavour comes from the shell. You can always tell if a prawn's been cooked in its shell. So we're going to get that real crustacean flavour. And if you're making a bisque or something like that, or even a prawn stock, then you would use the shells to extract all that flavour. So don't waste the shells. Even if you're not making this dish, hold on to the shells and use them to make a stock or even just a flavoured oil for some other use. One more. What we're going to do once we get all our prawns peeled, we're going to pop them into a pan and cover them with some olive oil and just gently simmer them. That, with our chili spice mix, will create our chili oil or our chili prawn oil. It'll be a beautiful colour. We'll cook off those spices that are in our spice mix and end up with a beautiful flavoured oil. So all of my prawn shells go in. Keep the veins out because I don't want those in there. So onto a medium heat. My oil. Got about 1/4 cup of oil for this dish. If you could put 1/2 cup in and then reserve some of the oil for another use. About 1/4 cup. My spice mix. My chili spice mix. About 1/4 packet to 1/3 packet. And then just going to let this tick over and let that oil take on all the flavour of that chili and those prawns. So that's going to take about 10 minutes. So I've got a beautiful orange flecks of spices through it, oil, which hasn't been, it's really important that you don't cook it at a really high temperature because you'll burn the spices. We just want to gently cook those spices so they don't become bitter. They still are nice and fresh. They smell fresh, they're aromatic, they taste fresh, they don't have that bitterness to them when you burn a spice. All right, so we'll finish the dish now. We need an avocado and some citrus. So lemon or lime. Avocado. I'm just going to make a fan. So cutting inside the skin, you want to cut about 2 or 3 mils down each side. So a few mils, then run your spoon underneath the flesh and just peel it out of the skin. Then I'm gonna take half of this half. So I'm gonna take a quarter of avocado. You see how it's all fanned out? Place that in the middle of your plate. Your prawns, place them around your avocado. And then you've got your oil to dress it with. You just pour some oil on top of each avocado, each prawn, is what I meant to say, so it gets nicely coated. And then dress the rest of the plate. And then just to help cut through that, a little bit of citrus. I'm not going to squeeze the citrus on there now. It's something that you would do when you're eating it. So you grab up the prawn with the oil, you would squeeze a little bit on top and eat it with your a slice of avocado. So I'm just going to sit that there. And just to freshen that up, I've just got a little bowl of micro herbs here. Let's grab a few of those and pop them around your prawns. And this obviously is just for looks. And it's going to add a little bit of freshness with the crunch and the freshness of the little micro herbs. But it's mainly just for a little bit of colour on the plate. And there we go. My take on aguachile, it's a little bit different to what we had in Mexico, but it's the same, I guess, idea of chili. I'm using oil instead of water, but flavouring water, oil, flavouring something that goes on top of your seafood. So I've gone for an Old El Paso chili flavoured oil, whereas in Mexico we had a chili, cucumber and red onion flavoured water with a little bit of citrus at the end. Either way, it's a great dish. Try it at home, very, very simple, great with fresh seafood. You could do it instead of using prawns, crayfish, spanner crab, any of those sort of crustacean type seafoods, you could try it with. So that's my take on aguachile from Mexico, converted into an Old El Paso aguachile. I'm not going to be able to call it aguachile. What's the word for oil? Oil chile, that'll do.